Welcome back to the Havoc Rundown. I'm your host, Justin. For episode 5 of our Around the World series, we're headed to Brazil, home to one of the most technically diverse and creatively competitive combat robotic ecosystems in the world. Representing the Federal University of Itazuba, Brazil's powerhouse robotics team, UaiRrior. I know I'm going to say that wrong. I asked before we started. I know I'm going to say it wrong. And tonight we're thrilled to welcome Pedro and Leonardo from the team. Welcome, guys. Thank you so much for being on. We're so excited to talk to you guys.
Thank you, Justin. Actually, it's a pleasure for us to be here today. And I am a member of the mechanics part of the team, and Leonardo is from the electronics, and he's actually the captain of the team. And yeah, it's a pleasure for us to be here.
Awesome. So the team is known for building Black Dragon, a 250-pound heavyweight icon in BattleBots. They've also battled through every BattleBots World Champion since Season 4, even claiming the prestigious Desperado Tournament title and earning a semifinal berth with Black Dragon. The team's roots go back to 2001 at Unify. Am I saying that right?
Yeah, like we call it Unify.
Unify, okay. I do have that as the pronunciation. I just wasn't sure if it did the pronunciation incorrectly.
It's all right.
And include over 120 competition titles across multiple robot types, ranging from autonomous and sumo bots to Hockey Pro, all expertly crafted and designed by a multidisciplinary group of students in engineering, electronics, computing, mathematics, and management and mechanics. Beyond their combat prowess, they have diversified into multiple robot sports, showing their adaptability and innovation engineering across the board. Today, we're lucky to hear from them both about what drives the team, how they build, and how Brazilian robot combat has cultivated a unique path to the global stage. To explore it all, I'm joined by the full Havoc Rundown crew tonight. Here's who's in the arena with me. Welcome, Ashley Beckman.
Hey, guys.
Thomas Carroll.
I just renewed my library card.
Ryan Hunter.
Hello.
Tony Baker.
Hey, everyone. I just got back. Terrific.
You were an artist there. That was very cool.
I was. I had an artist booth. Awesome.
And as always, I'm your Justin. And as always, I'm
You're our Justin.
Keep it.
That's
keep
adorable. Yep.
You're our
don't
Justin.
make me
You're
keep
our
that in.
Justin.
And as always, I'm Justin, your host and editor-in-chief. Oh, God, guys.
He's not just any Justin. He's our Justin.
Our Justin.
Oliver.
That was a mistake that I was supposed to edit over, and you guys are going to make me keep that in now.
Oh, you gotta keep it.
Keep it.
Not getting out of that one.
Especially because they're gonna be so confused when they're not sure what we're talking about. And if you edit it out, they're gonna be really confused.
Before we dive into the bots themselves, let's set the stage with a look at the Brazilian combat robotics scene with a trip to Ryan's map room. Take it away, Ryan.
Thank you, our Justin. All right, guys. Hey, guys. The contractor is almost done in the game room. We ended up blowing out all the walls. We finished painting. It looks great in there. I promise. You can't even smell whatever was in there before. It's fine. All right. I replaced all of the lighting in the room with RGB lighting from just old computer cases. It just flashes everywhere. Just if you have epilepsy, just don't go in there. It's fine. All right. But we're going to the map room right now. And I'm so excited to be talking about Brazilian combat robots. I love Brazilian combat robots. All right. So I wanted to quickly establish about some questions about Brazilian combat robotics before we really get into the interview. So what weight classes do you do for your combat robots?
So here in Brazil, we do have the ferry weight is 150 grams. We have the ant weight, it's 450 grams. The beetle weight, 1,360 grams. The hobby weight, which is 5 kilos and something. Featherweight and the lightweight. We do not have the middleweight, neither the heavyweight class here in Brazil.
Okay, awesome. What are some of the big competitions that are held in Brazil?
Okay, the biggest competition here in Brazil is called RCX, which is RCX, which is an abbreviation for Robocore Experience, which is like it's the biggest of the entire like the Latin America. And we do have, like, for example, 90 robots for ferryweight and middleweight, and for the bigger ones, we do have like almost like 40 for each of them, and I think it is 10 or 12 lightweight.
That's just one competition. Is that like held in one day, or is it like a weekend?
It is held in like 2, 3, or 4 days. It depends on the location and how the competitors, like, if they are really motivated and all the places are occupied, for example.
Awesome. What's the community like down there? What's the building community like down there? Is it really competitive? Is it more of people having fun? What's it like?
So it's really competitive, but at the same time, we do have a lot of friendship in our community. For example, we do have a lot of university teams and school teams too, trying to learn and have bots that are like cheaper to build and not very competitive, but we are also on the same path, you know? Every kind of evolution and technology that we all develop. Like, if another team comes to us and asks, for example, how did you do that kind of like hub motor technology? And we do tell everyone what we do, and we try to improve the combat robotics on Brazil. But it is it's really competitive. For example, for us and Hillbots and AGVS and Thunder Rats, that is from the biggest university here in Brazil, we are really competitive, but we're friends at the end of all, you know.
That's awesome. So
Yes.
It's kind of interesting because we've been doing these around the world things, and like some countries are more about like, oh, we're gonna have fun. We're not really competitive. Like Australia sounds like it's like really easygoing, but it sounds like Brazil has a lot of that competitive edge. And of course, it seems like every combat robotics community around the world is all friendly. Everybody's great. Everybody's nice to each other. I just love that so much. I think my last question for you is, how well known is combat robotics in Brazil? Like, is it known, like, would a normal person know what it is, or is it more of like something you guys love to do?
Very good question. Like, it was popular back in the days, but I think nowadays, because of the lack of the sharing that we had at BattleBots, for example, it is not common anymore. For example, I can see myself as a 14-year-old boy that was watching BattleBots for the first time and having that passion inside of me. And now I do not have like people talking about that anymore. It's something that is more closed to, for example, YouTube, streaming, and people that are universities or like technical courses. And yeah, nowadays it's not very shared.
Is an HRL shared around down there?
Yeah. For us, that like are in the world of combative robotics, NHRL for us is the pinnacle of all the combat robotics. And I do not know people, like common people from Brazil, that do not have this kind of participation. I do not know if they follow up with NHRL, but all the teams here, they are really inspired by you guys. Yeah,
that's awesome. That's also super weird as somebody that lives in Connecticut and is around Connecticut. It's like, oh, like people in Brazil love something that's here. It's great. All right.
Well, if you do remember when we were first looking, after we had been doing this for a little bit, and Spotify was showing us like the weird listeners, like the listeners that were outside of the hemisphere of the United States, like Brazil did light up with like the listener thing. So yeah. So geographically speaking, is the robot scene more spread out, or is it more clustered in different areas? Like, how far do people kind of have to travel to go to events, or are there a lot of events spread out across Brazil? Like, do you understand what I'm kind of like going around a question, but if you understand what I'm asking.
Is it like clustered around the universities and the cities, or is it like, do you have to go far out?
So, we are located, like Itajuba is located at Minas Gerais, which is a state near São Paulo, which is the biggest one. And most of the competitions are held in São Paulo. But we do have competitions that we from here, like it's near everything that like it's important in Brazil. Sometimes we do have to take a bus and go like 12 hours, for example, to go to another state or city to have a competition. It is kind of spread out, but at the same time, it's not. So Brazil is a big country. I think you guys know.
Yeah.
It's not easy for everybody to travel and go to other state to have that kind of competition. And I think it's not like located at the same time every time at the same location, and it sometimes depends on how the people from Robocore wants to have the event, you know.
Okay, so the universities play a really important part, because I know that there's where did I have that information? There's like you guys, there's Riobots, Thunder Rats, so the college programs
AGVS.
Yeah, so the college programs are like really like that's kind of the central part of the combat robotics scene there.
Yeah, like for example, the only one that I think is like on the competitive edge that is not a university team is AGVS. It is a team composed by like grown men that have how can I say that?
Hobbies?
Yeah, they have that hobby and they have an enterprise, like they have the company that do CNC machining and thing like that. So for them, it's really easy. Like the captain of AGVS, for example, he has a CNC machine at his home. So
we've seen them all the time. In fact, we were talking before we started recording. That's the team I was trying to think of when we were talking. Yeah, AGVS we see all the time. They come up. They each have like a thing in their ear, which, as far as I remember, they have headsets so they can all talk to each other all throughout the building and everything. They're awesome. I love them. Yeah, that's great.
They're the ones that always come with it seems to be a Beetle style for Brazil, but those bots that you look at and you go, how the hell do you fit all the electronics into that thing? I love that style of Beetle. It's just so cool to watch these tiny little compact things go around and just destroy. So,
and it's interesting because, for example, at the NHRL, most of the bots are made of TPU, and here in Brazil, most of them are made from aluminum.
Yeah,
it's totally different. Yeah.
So compact too. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, that's what you don't use the hydraulic press to stuff the electronics inside.
Yeah, TPU seems to be the material of choice when it comes to NHRL, and we've talked to a couple different UK, Netherlands, Australia, and that seems to be a pretty unique thing as far as NHRL in the US is concerned. So.
Well, the TPU is starting to leak out of the USA at this point.
It's leaching into the water supply.
It is. Everybody wants gummy bots. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, and it's getting kind of hard here in Brazil to find good TPU because they're all sold out.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Do we need to start sending black market TPU down your way?
No.
No,
We
it's
don't
not
need that.
necessary.
We don't want to get in trouble with the law.
Yeah, let's not.
Don't worry about the box that shows up full of TPU reels.
Yeah.
We're just getting arrested, and they're just expecting like some kind of contraband they open to just spools of TPU.
TPU.
What the hell is this?
It's gummy plastic. Don't worry about it.
Are you making weapons out of this? No.
Yes. I mean,
Did you have anything else, Ray?
I think that's it. I think we can leave the map room.
good. It stinks in here.
Hey.
Just
Uh,
remember,
Get this place now.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna
our
have to
Justin
knock down.
can't be edited out.
I'm gonna have to knock down our whole entire headquarters and just redo everything all at once.
Well, our next episode, this is our last Around the World episode. Our next episode
Let's
is our
get that
game.
room together quick.
Yeah, is our game special. So you better have that room together before we do our game special.
Okay.
I'm worried.
I'll take care of it.
I'm so worried.
So we've gotten to know Brazil and how combat robotics is in Brazil. Now it's time to dig a little bit deeper into the team, and we do that with our signature segment, 5 in Focus. So I have Ashley. Your question is up first. So I don't know, Pedro or Leonardo, if you've ever listened before, but each of us has a question that we're going to ask about, the team or about you guys. And it's just one question each from us that we'll dive a little bit deeper into. So Ashley, you're up.
All right. My question, because you guys do have so much experience with like all of the different weight classes, what's your favorite weight class to drive in?
So it's kind of hard for us to assume that right now because Leonardo is one of the ones that control like from the hobby weight to the lightweight bots, and I'm the one that is actually controlling the fairweight to beetle. So here we're having a fight. So in my opinion, the beetle weight is like the funniest, but I think for Leonardo, it's, I don't know. What do you think, Leonardo?
I like the lightweight. They are so noise and so destructive in the arena, and the category is so competitive in Brazil. I think that maybe the 8th better is lightweight in the roads in Brazil, and I think that's my favorite.
That's awesome.
Okay, very cool.
Little ones. I want a fairy, so like those excite me. I just like want to play with the one.
Yeah, I mean, the most popular weight class in the U.S. and the one that I know Ryan and I have both competed in. Thomas, you've made a hobby, right? That's what
I made a hobby and an ant.
An ant,
Yes.
yeah.
I've yet to enter the cursed classes.
Yeah.
What about your bulldozer? Is your bulldozer
1 pound.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just a little baby.
Yeah. So we Ryan and I have both made ants. So we have ants, beetles, hobby weights. We have a little bit of experience with all of those. I think my favorite is still beetles, though. And beetles are my favorite to watch, I think so.
Yeah.
They're all right.
It's very cool. Tony, you're up next.
So we talk about combat robotics and everything else on here, but I know Brazil as the place for soccer or football. I'm sorry. I apologize. It's the American in me. So what other, and I know there's a big thing about football robotics and stuff like that playing down there. I didn't know if you guys got involved in any of that, or are you guys strictly just combat robotics?
So it's a good question, actually. To answer that, I think it's easier to relate that to, like, we have two parts of our team. One of them is the autonomous division that has the sumo. The other one is the combat and the hockey team. So we have 3 categories of hockey, 3 categories of sumo, but we do not have the soccer, the soccer, like robotics, soccer robotics. For us, having a hockey team is something that maybe fills that gap for us, but I think that the soccer robotics here is somewhat like you do not have a lot of investment on it. I think
It's interesting. I don't think I've ever actually heard it. The hockey one. That's kind of cool.
yeah, the Hockey Pro, and we have Hockey Mini and Hockey Micro actually.
That's really cool. As a big hockey fan, I gotta check that out.
Now, what's the rules of the hockey? The hockey
Do
bots?
they fight? That's the
No.
question.
No,
No, they play hockey.
There's a fighting in hockey.
yeah,
They just have a hidden vertical spinner that comes out when someone steals the puck away from them.
Exactly.
Dangerous.
Yeah, but like having a hockey with like 5 kilos is somewhat scary. I have saw competition from Hockey Pro like in front of me, and it's kind of scary because bots are like they are made from aluminum and they are not afraid of going like inside the other bot to have that puck back. And yeah, and it's kind of interesting because I don't know why, but in Brazil, everything that is like more compact and easier to make, it's more popular. So the Hockey Micro, like 454 grams, the same weight as the Antweight class, it is getting much popular because I don't know why, but we have like 20 or 30 teams competing at the same competition for micro hockey. I don't know why.
Wow.
So cool.
That is
How
really
many bots are on a team?
I think in like I don't know, maybe like we have 4 bots in our team.
Yeah.
Like one is the one that you put when the other one breaks, and the 3 are like they're common. But if we make like 3 more bots, we can have 2 teams of Hockey Micro, and
So it's like 3 in the arena at a time,
yeah,
and then okay. Do they each have like a different job on the team?
yeah. Like in our team, we had the like all of them. They were the same, but now we are having some improvements, and we have 4-wheel hockey that is like fast enough to have a hockey like from one side to another of the arena like in 1 second and break them because they're made of PLA. So
That's awesome. That's
Yeah,
great. That's
awesome.
Yeah.
Okay.
My head is done. That's
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'll have to check that out. I wonder if is there any on YouTube? Like, is there anywhere that we can watch some of those?
yeah, I think in the channel, like the UaiRrior channel, we have a channel on YouTube and an Instagram account, and I think we do have a kind of we have posts there, like some
Okay.
of the matches. I think.
Okay. Well, I'll be posting that with the episode when the episode comes out. It'll be on the show notes, so anybody that is interested can go over to that YouTube channel.
Okay, perfect.
And I'll have your website in there too. So very cool.
Okay.
Ryan, you're up next.
All right. Sorry, I tried to find the YouTube channel really quickly. I got distracted. Sorry. All right.
Can't believe it.
My question is, what is the particular magic that makes Brazilian teams so competitive on the world stage and at NHRL?
That's a good question. And I can have some assumptions on that. And I think the first one of them is because if we are trying to build something, we're going to make that special. So if we have like one try to have a good bot, we're like putting everything on it. It's kind of hard for us to have the materials and all the parts that we need to build a bot. So, for example, at USA, you have like Repeat Robotics and all the other like companies that sells bots like pieces, and you can assemble that at home. And here in Brazil, we do not have that. Like everything we made, it's somewhat handmade. So I think that made us really like concerned about what kind of bot we are trying to make, and we are always trying to have the best one. So I think you guys see that the Brazilian teams, all of them, either they are like beetle bars or egg beaters or like drums. So they're all like the same thing, but also different on the inside.
Okay. What is the like the shop situation down there? Like, do you have like up here? Most competitors have their own have 3D printers and usually order out cut parts and everything like that, and order pieces and stuff. Like when you say you're about to start making a bot, you're about to start like building a beetle weight for when the next competition. How do you go about it? What is your process? Like, where do you get the parts from? That sort of stuff.
So nowadays it's getting more easier to have that because like 3D printers are getting more and more accessible, and TPU also like it's like we can say it's a cheap plastic. So
the box is on the way. Don't worry about it.
No, it's not.
I can't believe you're bribing our
Literal and bribery over again.
our Justin would never do that.
God.
And like if you want cut pieces, you can have it easier if you want it on carbon fiber, for example. But not if you want them like laser cut or machined, because here in Brazil it's not easy for you to have that kind of weapon or that kind of materials for you to like just to hand to someone and they give you a piece back. So here in Brazil it's easier for us to, like, if you're starting right now, just do a TPU bot with carbon fiber pieces and motors from China and batteries that at least you have to wait like 2 months to arrive, because we do have a lot of offendagary obligations here. So.
Okay. Awesome. Okay. I forgot to ask this in the map room. If I could ask a really quick question.
No.
No.
Go ahead.
Steel or wood floors in Brazil?
Okay. Here in Brazil, we have steel floors for every category.
Okay, disqualified. All right.
Why not?
No,
Yeah, okay, cool.
It's just an interesting question that we've been asking and going back and forth. Just because the big difference is, I think the most interesting one that we got was, and the episode is going to be coming up tomorrow after this is recorded, but Ben from Australia, and they use MDF, which, like, we had to explain, if anybody doesn't know what MDF is, it's basically gummy wood. Ryan and my father is a contractor he's been a contractor since way before we were born. And I told him that. I was like, oh, they use MDF as the floors. And he goes, why? What? Why do they use that material? So,
since you have steel floors, do you have a lot of magnets down there?
Yeah, and talking about that, AJVS had made a bot that like terrifies us. And it is it's kind of four-wheel bot from Beetleway that is similar to Synthesis 30 and Emulsifier, and it's really fast. And a curiosity of that bot is the driver is actually a sumo driver, so he's very talented on having like that control that carries us in the steel floor, because you do not know what to expect, because the bot really like we have that on video. It can go like on the ceiling if it's magnetic.
Wow. That's sick. I love it. Now we need AGVS to bring that up. That's cool. I like it a lot.
Yeah, on the wood floor for us, we have the AGVS competition. Like they have their own competition, which is all beetle weight classes. There they use the wood floor. On like I think on the majority of the competitions here, we have the steel floor, and most of our bots they have magnets on that.
Awesome. Cool.
okay, very cool.
Just Because Robotics brings you the latest and greatest in beetle weight drive motor technology, the Blitz Light, mini size for mighty drive. At under 45 grams, these are the lightest and smallest 6mm shaft drive motors on the market. Our Blitz Light gear motor includes a fully custom 20mm all-steel gearbox mated to a customized 1604 brushless motor in either 2850 or 3800 kV options. The 29-to-1 gearbox has a super durable chromoly steel 6mm output shaft and M3 threaded face mounting. The Blitz Light can deliver the same peak torque as our awesome Dartbox Dragon brushed motors, but are 37% shorter and 25% lighter weight from brushless power. Make your bot a bit lighter with the Blitz Lite, available today at justcauserobotics.com. That's just C-U-Z robotics.com.
Hey there, bot fans. Are you ready to take your love for the Havoc Rundown to the next level? We've got a ton of ways for you to join the action and support the podcast you love. First, connect with us and fellow robot combat enthusiasts by joining our Discord. It's the perfect place to talk shop, share your favorite bot moments, and stay updated with the latest news and events. Make sure to follow us on Facebook to stay in the loop with episode updates, behind-the-scenes content, and community highlights. It's all happening right there. And if you want to show off your Havoc Rundown pride, check out our merch store on Bonfire. Right now, we've got the official Havoc Rundown logo tee waiting for you. Head to bonfire.com/Havoc-Rundown-T to grab yours today. But wait, there's more. You can also support us directly through our Buy Me a Coffee page at buymeacoffee.com/Havoc Rundown. Every contribution helps to keep the sparks flying and bring you more amazing content. And for the ultimate fans, don't miss our Patreon at patreon.com/Havoc Rundown. As a patron, you'll get exclusive access to bonus content like our Fantasy League drafts, D&D games, special interviews, and other exciting surprises. So what are you waiting for? Join the community, show your support, and keep the gears turning at the Havoc Rundown. We'll see you in the arena. So before we get to my question, I am going to sandwich the two questions with Thomas's surprise question.
Oh.
So Thomas, please tell us what your question is, because you never give it to me beforehand. So it's always a surprise what you're going to ask.
We all know that there are some classic rivalries in combat robots, like MIT versus Georgia Tech, Julian versus Dima, Jake versus himself. But I'd like to know, what is your rivalry?
Zach versus airbags.
Oh no, we don't talk about that. What? What is your rivalry, Brazilian team-wise, and then NHRL team-wise, if you have one?
Oh,
See, that's an interesting question. Like the college team. I like that, Thomas.
Jake versus himself is spot on, though.
just on the spot. And like at the same time that we are friendly, we are very, very competitive. And like our rival is Hillbots, which is like we have a lot of songs about them. And they do have songs about us.
You have songs about them?
Yeah. And it's something...
Wait. So is this like a song that you sing when you're entering the battle to intimidate them? Or is it like...
Yeah. And when we are winning
awesome.
and losing. Yeah, like I think like here in Brazil, we are like very, very like very intimidating when we are like trying to cheer something up. And we do have a lot of songs about them. Not just about them, but about another teams. And it's kind of interesting to have that, because if we're losing, they're singing to us, and if we're winning, we're singing to them. It's kind of provocative.
Very interesting Brazil lore.
That's
Yeah.
really cool.
And bringing that up to NHRL, that was a season that we went at the same time as Hillbots.
I remember that.
And when AGVS was the only team that was competing, every Brazilian team that was there like was cheering together. So there was no difference at all if Brazil is like having something. So yeah, it's interesting. Like this rivalry was really, really, really hard at the past with like some of our ex-members, and nowadays it's more of a story. Like it's a tradition to have them really pissed with us. Yeah.
That was a good one. Thomas, I'm very proud of you.
Yeah.
That was a great question, Thomas.
I got an actual answer. I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah, and just
Very
having
cool.
that on BattleBots, we do have like Black Dragon against Minotaur on the Desperado tournament, and yeah, like for us it's interesting to have that because we do replay that fight a lot to other teams because there we had like Geobots really pissed with us.
Very cool. Okay, so my question, when we think about NHRL and we think about combat robotics, one of the things that always comes up is the amount of youth that are coming into this and spreading this to new generations and new people and getting new people in. What does the future look like for Brazilian combat robotics? And are you seeing more up and coming builders, growing youth programs? Like what does the future of Brazilian combat robotics look like for you guys?
From the last years to nowadays, we can see a lot of improvement especially on the school teams and independent teams also. So we are having like development of people from universities that are not well known in Brazil, and they're like fighting back. They're developing new technologies, and they're coming back and they're evolving with us. And every time we have that kind of exchange of information with other teams, we can see that combat robotics here in Brazil is having more and more innovations, and that's something that like makes me happy because if we can look at the past of for example the beetle weight classes and the ant weight. Here, the bots that we had, we needed to turn the weapon off before we actually made a hit because the motors would not survive. And that's something that like from 2 to 3 years changed a lot. And from time to time, I have the perspective that we're heading to like a new path because it was not common for you to see a fairy weight throwing another fairy weight on the ceiling, and nowadays it's happening. And yeah, I'm very excited to see that. And something that makes me happy also is, for example, I'm making mechanic engineering at my university, and I only have 3 to 4 years to be at this team. After that, I need to leave, and I need to make room for other people to come and learn and to make their own history on our team. So nowadays, like for example, Leonardo is on the 4th year of his career in the team, and he's leaving, and he's leaving with a lot of things that he made on electronics and experiences that he had. For example, we're one of the only teams here in Brazil that tried to make our own boards for the bots, our own electronic. For example, the Sumo, we have our own sensors that we're developing. And new people is like they're coming and they're bringing with them like new technology and intention, and that's what it's keeping the community alive.
That's awesome.
That's super cool. Now, when you graduate, do you go and work for AGVS and then go into that?
A dream, right?
Yeah, it's kind of dream. So
Yeah. But is there a scene beyond the universities of like former people that were in the university who wants to stay in combat robotics and stuff? Yeah.
We do see a lot of ex-members teams, which like one of them is UFO, unidentified flying objects.
Yeah.
It's our like our ex-members team.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and they're very popular here in Brazil, and they're like a good match for us because imagine having all the knowledge that the team had accumulated on like 20 plus years of existence, and they're all putting that on like one team. And for example, one of our like latest rivalries was Ogrobots. That was a team that was like the ones that made for example Federal MT, like our biggest Brazilian bot right now. They have a team and they developed a bot, like such a bot that like our beetle weights couldn't keep with that. and it's really interesting.
Awesome. Cool.
Okay. Yeah, I like that. Very cool. So that was our 5 in focus. Our last segment, we're going to go and check in with our listeners and see what questions came in this week. It is time for the mailbag.
You've reached the voicemail of
The Havoc Rundown.
Please leave your message after the tone.
So this is where we go on our Discord, and Ashley will post before about a week before we do one of these recordings and ask our listeners or anybody on our Discord to ask questions of upcoming guests. So these are all questions that listeners wanted to ask you guys. So the first one that we have, and I don't know why I think it's like the last 3 episodes, Nick's question has been first. He just gets in there right
He's
away.
on top of it.
But Nick from Crafty Cat Combat said, musical circles, we regularly see requests for artists to come to Brazil when it comes to bots. If there was one that you would have to come down and compete, which would it be and why? So which bot that's not in Brazil do you want to come and have fight in the Brazilian robot scene?
That's a really good question, and it's kind of hard to answer because here in Brazil are like most focused on like the national teams. A bot that like has a lot of history for us is, for example, Maximizer. Yeah,
Class.
Zupacabra
I'll
and
send Jake to
Maximizer.
Brazil. No problem.
Yeah.
I'm
Send
gonna-
Jake to Brazil.
He's not coming back. Once he
And-
goes, he's gone.
Yeah,
He could go in the box of TPU. He'll be fine.
I'll
and
send
I
him
don't
along
know.
with him.
Leonardo, do you have any bot that you like to come to Brazil to fight us?
I would like to see Jameson here in Brazil. Maybe Megatron with a lot of magnetics. Would be crazy.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, it will.
Imagine that. Oh my God.
As if he needs to be more powerful.
Someone's echoing.
I don't know. Like, if we had like Megatron here in Brazil with magnets, it would be crazy. So it would be interesting.
Yeah, that would be very cool. Yeah, I can see that. That he
Red
would.
Storm.
Yeah. I was gonna say when you were like put Jake in the box with the TPU, just have Jake carry the TPU. It's like, why do you have 4 carry-ons?
It's gummy plastic. Don't worry about it.
I'll tell
It's
Jake to
nothing.
go to Brazil.
He's our mule.
He's going to
He's
Brazil.
gonna hide that TPU.
I'm buying him a one-way ticket.
I wasn't going to buy any more than that. Don't worry.
Okay, so Alex Cole from Team Pandemonium said the robots that make it out of Brazil are usually 2-wheel drive beaters, save for some rare exceptions. Is this representative of the overall scene in Brazil? If so, what factors lead to such a consolidated meta?
Okay. So I think that most of the bots that came out of Brazil and went to NHRL and the other competitions, they were almost the same thing, but not at all. Because, for example, I think for us the egg beater is it's a trademark for us. Every single bot that we try to make, we first of all we think of a egg beater. So most of the bots here are vertical spinners, but some of them are like horizontal spinners, saw hammers, and yeah, I think they were more like of the same thing, and nowadays they're making something different. But I think the why people tend to do that kind of bot here in Brazil is it's very resilient. We can have fights, for example, to violate the boss, throwing everything on the ceiling every time and coming back and trying again. And I think that's why, because people see that it's effective in such a way that we do not have too much RPM. We have more of a bite kind of weapon, and we try to just lift and throw everything in the ceiling, and I think that's why.
Cool. So reliability, and also it lends itself better to your bite style of weapon. Cool. Very cool.
Okay. Humberto from Tiberhawk Labs says, Black Dragon is one of my favorite heavyweights ever and is notoriously hard to knock out. Is there a secret sauce to that bot's reliability?
So I think that lands on the same spectrum of the last question. And I think that's because of our team's principle. We always tend to make the beater, like egg beater bots. For example, the Black Dragon is a bigger version of Federal, that is a smaller version of General, that is like a bigger version of Martelinho, which is our beetleweight bot. And that's why, because we had a lot of experience by working with that kind of structure, having a bot that is so dense and focused on having you like front-to-front combat. And I think that's why it's that reliable. And of course, Brazilian driving style is something that makes me crazy, because it's really really aggressive kind of style. And I think most of the drivers that I know, they do things by heart, you know? They do not like think a lot, like, oh, I'm going to the right and then I'm going to the left. No, like they're feeling like what I'm going to do is like almost like a feral instinct, you know?
That's such a good way to describe it.
I mean, I've watched, and forgive me, I forget his name, the driver of Minotaur from Riobots. Whenever watching him fight, I mean, they used to always highlight it on Battle. What? Say it again.
Daniel Freitas?
Yes.
Yeah.
They used to highlight that on BattleBots, but just watching him drive versus watching some other people drive, you could just tell that it's such a instinctual kind of thing that he's doing versus really putting that kind of thought into it. He's just putting himself into the bot, and it was really cool to watch. So I understand what you're saying there.
Yeah.
And I've definitely seen it in the beetleweight fights that I've watched of Brazilian bots. They go into that box and they're gonna keep hitting you. They're gonna keep hitting you. Hell, they'll still hit you even if their weapon's down. They're gonna keep smashing it into the front of you and trying to kill you with their broken weapon. It is so awesome.
Yeah.
There are some fights that it's just like the Black Knight from Monty Python, where it's just like, oh, my weapon's down? Well, I don't care. Oh, my wheel's down? I don't care. I'm just going to go in.
Just gonna keep going.
Just going to keep going.
Yeah, I think that's why, like, because we don't know that, like, we know that anything can happen. If our weapon stopped, like, the opponent's weapon can stop too. And even more, like, he can, like, just catch in flames. So we try to do everything that we can, because, like, going home without trying anything, I think it's harder for us to handle, you know?
Yeah. Okay. Sorry. Yeah. Okay. Very cool. Stephanie from Dark Horse says, just how big of a celebrity has Lucky Duck become?
Lucky Ducky's my favorite, so it's huge.
Oh, okay.
So it's funny. I was telling Val who we were interviewing today, and I literally had to tell her, it's the team with the duck.
So guys, I'll tell you a story. So the Lucky Ducky, it is a stuffed duck that we got at BattleBots, a machine that had like stuffed duck and stuffed bats and all, and we got that duck. Like, so it became a trademark for us, because everywhere we went at the BattleBots, we had that duck, and it exists until today. And he's like the older member of the team, and like for an origin of such a good thing for us, it was very like it was luck to have that kind of stuffed pet just like waiting for us to grab it, and then it became our like biggest trademark for everyone that knows our team. They know like about the Lucky Ducky. Yeah,
I remember the first time you guys ever came to NHRL and brought Lucky Ducky, and I was so excited. So I love this story. That's fantastic.
Yeah, it's the same duck from that like 5 years ago, and it's really needing some bath right now, I think.
Created a Instagram profile from Mano Duck. We
You did?
both,
I have to go follow it.
yeah, he has 1,000 followers. Paulo.
I love this. I'm going to find it.
That's so cool. See, the funny thing is, when I first saw Lucky Duck, I was like, now, are ducks like a big thing in Brazil? Is that like a symbol of the university? Is that like something? Do you guys, forgive me, do you have ducks in Brazil? Are there native ducks at least?
Yeah, we do have.
Yeah.
They're very different. They're very different from the ducks that we can see at USA, for example.
Yeah.
But it was something so interest for us to just like have got a stuffed duck, and it became so popular, and we don't know why. Like,
It's a classic.
yeah,
It really is, though.
I can only imagine the life of a duck in Brazil, knowing the kind of fish that live in the Amazon, like giant fish that could eat things like whole live in the Amazon. I wouldn't want to be a duck that lands on the water and just an arapaima could just swallow a duck. It could just swallow a duck whole, and I'm sure they do swallow ducks whole.
easy.
Yeah.
Okay, so the last question in the mailbag is from Aiden. He says, NHRL streams and videos featuring Brazilian bots usually pull massive views. What makes combat robotics so popular down there in Brazil? And then is there anything that the US-based leagues can learn from it?
Okay, and I think the answer for that is because it's hard for us to like be competitive outside of our country. And having that opportunity and having that kind of highlight, that's what makes us like very proud. And most of us in Brazil, we are very proud of everything that we can get. So if you go to another country, we are going to be the first ones that are going to share that to everybody. So more than the fighting style, the Brazilian fighting style is the sharing capabilities that we have here. For example, I can send to my mom, that can send to my dad, and every part of the family is going to watch the video. And I think it's because we are very proud of what we can make if we just put our minds to it.
You guys bring like such good energy every competition you show up to. It's so obvious, and it radiates even through our pits up in Norwalk. Like when you guys are there and your teams are there, like everybody's just so happy and collaborative, and the energy flows through the whole building when your teams are around, and it really is a cool experience that like we're able to feel that, and like you guys are just so proud of what you've done. And
I want to thank you guys for like having us to highlight that kind of behavior from like our people. And that's really good because we are the ones that want to make everyone happy. And something that we learned in our team is that the mechanics part, like me, for example, we need to be like the last ones to give up, because we need to make everyone proud and everyone motivated to continue working, because even losing, we're winning something. And that's what makes us so dedicated to our and passionate about our work, for example.
You can tell.
That's awesome. Yeah, definitely. Like Ashley was saying, it's just whenever the teams are there, it's just such collaborative, such like togetherness, and yeah, it's awesome to see you guys fight. So,
and I think the one of my favorite stories of when the stream really was broken was when Ratto came the first time. Every time he went on screen, every time that he had a fight, the whole entire chat just turns. Like the whole language of the chat turned. It was so good. It was so awesome because we were all watching going, oh wow, everybody loves this guy so much. Yeah.
And thank you for having that point, because I need to bring that up, because Ratto was one of the biggest investors on combat robotics distribution of like content here in Brazil. He has in his channel, like he had, for example, he does not want to make that kind of videos anymore because of the issues that he had with his team and all the work that he made in Brazil, which is a shame, because we were heading to a path where like we could have such intense fights here in Brazil, and now we cannot have. And I really want to thank Hatu for all the work that he has done, because it's because of him that we have a lot of people coming to our university and to our team, because he had made us visible more than anything else. Having this kind of visibility in Brazil by YouTube and the other platforms, it made us important. And we want to thank him. And it's unfortunate that what happened to him made him to give up from that kind of thing. But I think everyone here is somewhat linked to that. And I want to thank you guys for participating here and being able to talk about it.
It's our pleasure, man.
Yeah, definitely. Well, thank you guys for coming on. That wraps up another edition of Havoc Rundown. Huge thanks to Pedro and Leonardo from UaiRrior. I think I said that better that time. Bringing us inside one of Brazil's most prestigious combat robotics teams, and for showing how passion, engineering, and cross-disciplinary collaboration build champions. If you want to follow their journey, check out their official site at uaiRrior.com.br. So that's UaiRrior.com.br, and explore more of their work in autonomous robotics and competitive engineering. Don't forget to follow Havoc Rundown on social media to stay in the loop and with everything combat robotics and Fantasy League related. You can find all of our links in one place at linktr.ee/Havoc Rundown. Again, that's linktr.ee/Havoc Rundown. That includes our Facebook, our merch store, and our Buy Me a Coffee page. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time as we continue our global tour. Well, this is our last episode of Global Tour, but as we continue our look at robot combat with more great guests and epic discussions, everyone say goodbye to our listeners.
Goodbye.
Bye, everyone.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye, our Justin.